I had our cabinet secretary saying that, oh, you know, when you're applying for visas, they're going to go through your online pages to see. Yeah, let them go through. Let them go through, because I'm never interested to go there. The only countries I want to visit right now, they're in the east. They're in the east. I want to go to China. I want to go to Dubai. I want, I don't want to go to US. It's so unsafe there. Like, I have never been interested to go in the West. I have never been interested. And I even never want to go even to visit even for one. I don't even want to go see the air they breathe. Hi Africans, welcome to this video, welcome to this channel. If you're new here, karibu sana. That's what we say in Kenya, in Swahili, to say welcome to this channel. So karibu means welcome. I hope you have learned something today. So welcome to this channel. If you like my content, please subscribe down below, like this video, and let's get into it. So my fellow Africans, who would have thought the day would come where we would see protests? You know, these protests from the US and Europe, they look like a normal protest in Kenya. You know, it looks like a protest in Nairobi where tires are being burnt and police officers are being thrown at stones, this tear gas. You know, it's no longer peaceful protest over there. And I see people who are, you know, the white people in those countries saying that this must stop, you know, like this is an invasion of a country. But I'm telling them, you must reap what you sow. You must reap what you sow. These are the aftermaths of colonization, and so let's talk about it. You see, all the protests, it's because of immigrants. The immigrants are rioting, especially in California, LA, USA, so that they don't want to be deported, you know. And the reason why these immigrants have found themselves there is because of those countries. It's not our fault. You see, when you go to apply a visa in Kenya, I'm going to give scenarios in Kenya. When you go to apply a visa to go to the US or Europe, you pay huge amount of money. Huge amount of money. And it's not a guarantee. However, those agencies or the ambassadors where you go to apply your visas, they are so corrupt. They are so corrupt. Like, as long as you have the money and you're willing to spend the money to go there, and you're willing to just, they will give you the visas. So they themselves have given these people the visas to go there in the to start with. And the reason why these people from these third world countries feel the need to go to the West, it's because of colonization effects. You see, when they came, they colonized. I'm going to speak in terms of Africa, but mostly Kenya, because I relate more to it, or I know very much about it compared to other countries, but I know for a fact it's the same thing, because I'm telling you guys, as Africans, we experience the same things. We go through the same troubles. We go through the same bad governance, bad politics. We go through the same poor policies, poor education system, bad healthcare system. We go through the same. I'm telling you, we go through the same. So we are just the same people. In short, our lives are the same. I'm telling you, if you see a Nigerian on TikTok and she's recording outside, you wouldn't even know she's Nigerian unless she speaks, because our accents, they differentiate us now. You can tell my accent is Kenyan. A South African, I can tell her accent is South African. A Nigerian, I would tell. A Burkinabe person, I would tell. A Uganda person, I would tell their accent. So our accent, the differentiator, but we go through the same things. Our politicians are all corrupt. Our politicians make bad policies. Our politicians, they're very, you know, we go through the same. So these places where you go to apply your visas, the ambassadors, they're very corrupt. They're very corrupt. They will give visas, especially to the you see, our politicians, they have the money because they are very corrupt. Please don't forget to include that. Our politicians are very corrupt. and they have the money to buy visas. So they actually buy visas. Actually, in my country, I think all the MPs, their children, they study abroad. They study abroad. All of them, governors, MPs, senators, their children, they're all abroad because they can afford. You know, even us, I have I have never been interested to go in the West. I have never been interested, and I even never want to go even to visit even for one. I don't even want to go see the air they breathe. They have such bad energy. I really don't want to go there. Honestly, I had our cabinet secretary, our cabinet secretary saying that, oh, you know, when you're applying for visas, they're going to go through your online pages to see. Yeah, let them go through. Let them go through, because I'm never interested to go there. The only countries I want to visit right now, they're in the east. They're in the east. I want to go to China. I want to go to Dubai. I want, I don't want to go to US. It's so unsafe there. Like, they are so colorist and racist and very angry, and I never want to go there, because you can just be walking somewhere and pew pew, you're out. If you want to tell me children cannot be safe in their classroom, you want me to come to the... No, I'm not coming. If you can't keep your citizens who are children safe in a class, you want me to come and visit you? No. I don't want to go see the things they have stolen from Africa. I don't want to go and see them. So it's no longer that glorious to go there. So I've actually never applied to go there, but my best friend did, and she didn't get the chance to, but she paid. It was around 30 something thousand Kenya shillings. I want to say that 8,000 Kenya shillings. I can't remember really well because it was in 2022? Yeah, in 2022. So I can't actually remember so well, because once again, I've never been interested in going to the West. So they are experiencing these riots, which to them, they're saying it's so, third world country. But you brought those people there. You came to our lands, you invaded our lands, took all the fertile land. For example, in Kenya, when the missionaries came, when the colonization was happening, they went and they took all the fertile land. They took our rift valleys. That is where they grow tea leaves and maize and wheat, and yeah, basically that's the weather to grow such kind of things. And then they also went to Mount Kenya region, where I come from. And that region is best known for vegetables, fruits, and maize and beans and sorghum and what have you. They also went to Kambani, where you grow oranges, peas, all the legumes you can think of. So those are the lands that were occupied by the colonizers. So they came to our continent. They took the fertile lands, and also after they left, they took all the mines. And they also made sure our politicians are corrupt. They also made sure they're going to lend us money we will never be able to pay back. But in return, they're giving us US aid. But this US aid is actually our money, just a percentage of it. You take trillions of money from the mines and from the farms that you have taken. You take it back to the US, and then afterwards, you give us some 10 billions as US aid. So of course, Africa, it's very deprived of its resources, and people have to go and look for money, because once again, you brought the capitalism in Africa. We were never capitalist before. Did you know that our lands, let me speak for Kenya, our lands, but I believe in all African countries they experience the same. Our lands in Kenya, they were communal lands. You couldn't say that's my land, that's our... No, you used to live as a community, as a clan. To us, it was a clan. As a clan, and that clan had been given such huge land so that you could farm in that land, you could store your goods, and then you could exchange with the other clans. You could do barter trade with other clans. There were also mines. There were gold mines, for example. In Ghana, there's a kingdom that is very well known for its gold trade, even before colonization. In Ghana, I think, I don't remember the name, but it was a Ghana kingdom. So we used to do all these things. It's just that we used to care about each and every person of the community. But right now you brought capitalism and everyone for themselves. So now, because it's everyone for themselves and you have taken all the opportunities that we would have created in Africa, so they have to come there to look for opportunities. And you know what you did? You welcomed them and said it's cheap labor. That's why you accepted them. That's why you accepted them, because they were cheap labor to you. Otherwise, if they wanted the same amount of pay, you would have paid the white people from your own country. They wouldn't have gotten the jobs, but you brought them so that they can do the dirty works like cleaning, the elderly, doing the dirty work. That's why you accepted them there. Stop lying. So you actually thought you're going to punish them until they came and they showed you that Africans, they are not lazy people. They are not lazy people. Even the Hispanic people, they're not lazy because they know in their country there are no opportunities. So when they come to the US and to Europe, they must work really hard. And that's why you see, if people go to the US, then they start building back at home, for example, in Kenya, and they build very nice homes. Now your economy is going down. You no longer want the cheap labor, but they're already there. You already welcome them as cheap labor. So all of this is your own doing, because you came, took opportunities from us, and then you sold us a narrative that your place is better than ours. So of course people would want to come. And then you did corruption when you're giving out visas, and you took the worst of the worst. You didn't even care to check if someone has a background that is bad, or have they said anything negative on the internet. You didn't care then. You gave our politicians all the passes they can get, and they carried their friends, and they carried their families, and they carried their uncles and their cousins and their village mates, and they came, all of them there. And then now you want them to come back. Where? So that's why you see all of this is happening there, because now you had sold them a dream that the West is a place to be, but now you want them to come back to a place now we are fighting for good governance. So it's not cute here in Africa. Every country is fighting for whatever is theirs. And I'm telling you guys, the downfall of the West has begun. It has begun. Number one, social media has exposed them completely. Let me tell you, if you look at the videos of China and the US is the ghetto. It's the ghetto. Ooh, the ghetto. It's the ghetto compared to China. Everyone wants to go to China. Things are cheaper there, and they're better quality there. And Chinese, when they come and build roads and railways and any development programs in Africa, Chinese has zero tolerance to corruption. So you will not do corruption in China unless you tell them whatever money you want, and then they give you that money, and then you come to Kenya and then do corruption in Kenya. But no, you can't do corruption in China. So that's why even their immigration is very regulated, because no corruption. I'm telling you, if you're found doing corruption, it's a capital offense. It's a capital offense to them. So no, China is way better developed. China is way more friendly and way more safe. So everyone wants to go there right now. But before that, you had sold people a narrative until social media came, and we saw how your healthcare system is the worst. Let me tell you, during our last regime, people used to pay Kenya shillings 500. That's around that's around $5. No, 4 point something dollars, like $4.2. They would pay 500 shillings every month, and whenever you go to hospital, everything was free. Free. You pay $4, let's say $5 a month. You pay $5 a month, and every time you go to hospital, it was free. I'm telling you, it was free. Even cancer treatment, it was free. Dialysis, it was free. Giving birth, it was free. If you're sleeping at the hospitals, the bed, everything paid for. But now we looked at the healthcare system of the US, laughable. No one wants to go there. Come at the education system. You know, you would see these TikTok videos when you would meet these TikTokers who ask questions, random questions. Name 5 countries in Africa. They can't name even one. Name 2 countries that start with the letter P. They can't name. Who is the 45th president of USA? They're in USA. I know myself it's Trump, but they don't know that. Who is the first president of US? They don't know. They don't know. To them, going to college is a very big achievement. To us, it's a must. It's a must for your parents to feel like my child has made it in life, or they have a better advantage in life. We had to go to university, not just college. To us, college is below university. Yeah. So you can't actually tell me nothing is working in the US. So no one wants to come there. But in China, you can see a grade 1 student. She's being taught how to make a robot, how to make a phone, you know, very useful things that we Africans, we want to be like China. We don't want to be like the US, but we want it to be us, our values, our cultures, but to be as great as China. Yeah. So this is to the West. You reap what you sow. You took opportunities from people. They have come. They have occupied your lands. And they are causing chaos in your lands. And you don't have to feel bad. You did this to yourself. So anyway, those are my thoughts today. It's no hatred. It's just to say you can't be bad humans in all centuries. One century has to be, and this century it looks like it's not yours. But anyway, what do we know? We're just Africans who, I know I'm living better than someone in the US, and my salary is so little. If I would convert it to USD, but I'm living a better life. Yeah. So soon, I've seen so many countries. I think Botswana has joined, Ibrahim Traore, there's Namibia, there's this Niger, there's this so many West African countries. They have said no to the West. And France will be hit the hardest, because when France, after they were done with colonization, they made sure those countries would remain poor. At least Britain was a little bit... And someone asked, how come Tanzanians don't speak German? And they were colonized by Germany. Because in Kenya, we were colonized by Britain. That's why we speak the British English. So yeah, what do you think? Tell me what you think about what's happening in the US and the Europe, that is France, Ireland, etc. And do you think Of course, I don't support violence. I really don't support violence, but people really have a hatred towards the West. They do. They do. They have, like, the whole world has this hatred towards them. And I'm not just saying, I'm experienced, like, I'm the one who is on the ground. I'm telling you, people have this hatred. You know, there's this British Army training unit. It's called Batuk. British Army training unit in Kenya, something like that. And they do the worst to those women around that area. That area is where I come from, the Mount Kenya region. It's not exactly the same county, but it's the same region. We were in the same province when we were provinces and not counties. And they rape children, they rape mothers, they rape women, they kill them and go brag about it in pubs and clubs. And one of them was arrested last weekend, like this weekend, this June 2025. And after he was arrested, he was flown out to Britain, escaping justice. So anyway, my fellow Africans, hayo tu ndio yako kwa sasa, and I'll see you on the next video. Please don't forget to subscribe down below, like this video, share to someone who shares the same views. I really want to do this channel, to dedicate this channel to Africa, because I really love Africa. I want to travel to Zanzibar. I want to travel to Botswana. Botswana is like, if someone would move me to Botswana, that would be really nice. I want to go to South Africa. I want to go to Burkina Faso. I want to go to Nigeria. I want to go to Egypt. I want to go to so many African countries. I just want to travel Africa and experience the greatness of Africa, because we have the mountains, the waterfalls, the oceans. We have it all. We have it all. And most importantly, we have a community kind of vibe. Like, you can't just pass someone on the road. You have to say, hi, how are you? In our community, we say Zayo, meaning peace be with you. So anyway, guys, bye, and I'll see you on the next one. Mwah.